this manna might. I'm not sure what you own, but this here is on the mark. Like a spiral from a 5-star recruit, we throwing darts, really focused. WD-40 couldn't stop the way we grind it. In the trenches, putting that work in, I relate to all my linemen. This is for the men, the boys do not belong here. Tiptoeing to the top, we doing cone drills. The hottest show in the world, you don't even gotta search. Steady putting in work, you see the sweat up on my shirt. They wasn't aware of us at first, we wasn't on their radar. Now every play that we make, they gon' say, oh, similar to a razor blade, we gon' stay sharp. The news ain't official if it's not on the mark.
What it do is Wednesday. You know what it is. On Your Marc Show, powered and sponsored by Epic Sports Apparel. Every play I compete live from the Fishbowl Radio Network. Bedford, Texas. DF Dub. Listen, this is one of these guys, man, that you need to know if you recognize the face. This is my guy. You know what I'm saying? Been nibbling, getting him on, man. You know what I'm saying? Running into him probably every week last season. And, you know, was with him at a camp or, you know, workout last week. This is my guy, Coach Pat Howell, but you know him as Catch It Pat. You know what I'm saying? This is my guy. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk a little ball today, you know, some receiver-specific things, but just you guys always want to know, you know, the common question, and I know you get this question all the time, is what do I need to do, Coach, to get to the next level? Well, there's things and processes and things that you have to do to get there. This is one of those guys that's going to tell you straight like it is. And if you know him, the substance is there, man. My guy, Pat Hall, Coach Pat, Catch It Pat in the building on the On Your Marc Show today. What it do?
Man, what's good, brother?
Man, maintain it. First of all, for the people that don't know you, for the audience, run it back, you know, where you played, high school, college, you know, your coaching career up to now, and where you at.
Man, listen, Houston, born and raised Houston, Texas.
Where you went to an age?
Eisenhower High School. Big swoop.
Say less.
4-4, Eggers home.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
well, you
sir.
know I went to Booker T, Studentwood, Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's crazy. My cousin just graduated from Booker T.
Who?
Journey Hall.
Okay. My cousin my nephew just graduated from Booker T, 2025.
She is a walking brain. Full ride, University of Texas.
Say less. Congratulations.
Top 2%.
Yeah.
I think valedictorian.
Yeah. Okay.
Salutatorian, if that's the correct word. Like, yeah, she definitely one of them ones.
Yes,
man.
I was at the graduation. I might have to ask my nephew. He's at Millsaps, freshman week or whatever. You know, they doing for ball down there. So I'll have to ask him. But that's crazy. That close.
Man.
That's
Small
why we
world.
get along so well.
Small world. Small world, man.
Northside boy. Northside. You know what that is?
I was born in Trinity Gardens, though. I'm not from Acres Homes.
I was born in Acres Homes, though.
Yeah, no disrespect to Acres Homes.
Yeah, I know about
Studewood, all that. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tidwell, Homestead.
Tidwell Park. You don't know nothing about Tidwell Park.
Man, come on now.
You don't know nothing about Tidwell Park,
man. Man, yes, I do.
Yes, sir.
All up in it, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you went to Ike, Big Ike?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And then, man, went off, played college ball at Nelson University.
Okay.
Transferred and then transferred back. Had an opportunity to go play overseas, but COVID happened.
Right.
And then I just fell into coaching.
Okay.
But it didn't kind of fall like that, man.
Yeah.
Got my accounting degree at Nelson.
Okay.
Was working at Trinity Christian in Cedar Hill.
Right.
On the church side in the accounting department. And
right.
one of the pastors came up to me and was like, hey, man, you need to coach ball.
Right.
I'm looking at him crazy, like, man. I ain't go to school to coach ball. I didn't do kinesiology and all that. No offense, right. no disrespect to anybody like that. But I just had a different path, a different journey, man.
Right.
Given the circumstances that I was facing during my period, during life,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mom just passed away. And I'm like, man, I got to get to this money. I need
right.
something that's going
right.
to set me up for good, because,
right.
man, we know coaching, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're doing it for the right reasons, we know ain't no money in it.
Right.
Just being honest with you.
Right.
So, yeah, man, I was like, hey, man, I'm going to be CFO for a Fortune 500, and shoot, that 500 went to 400, 400 went to 300, and, hey, 200, 100, 0, I'm coaching ball. And so, man, got blessed to be under one of the greatest football coaches that's still coaching and one of the greatest football players to touch the grass, and that's Coach Deion Sanders. And
absolutely.
Ran the table with him and, got into the 707 world and got into training and went overseas to Europe and coached some ball, went to Mexico, coached some ball. Went back to Eisenhower and coaching ball.
Right.
Kind of went to Tulsa for a bit for
Right.
OC role, just a
Right.
little bit. It was a
Right.
small stint, and
Yep.
Navarro gave me that call and stepped on the college scene and
Right.
blew it up.
Right. No doubt.
Blew it up.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
Blew it up. So I'm thankful for Navarro. I'm thankful for every organization or coach or athlete that gave me an opportunity to pour. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. I don't take anything lightly. I don't take coaching lightly. I don't take dealing with the best athletes lightly. I don't take dealing with the worst athletes lightly.
Right.
Everybody get coached the same, whether you're a pro or you 10, 11 years old, you can get coached the same.
Right.
It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
Right. Well, I think that's the thing that, from my observation that makes you a little different is it's kind of a substance thing for you.
Yes, sir.
It's bigger than what's on the surface. Everybody wants to run the route tree. Everybody wants to be successful. But the one thing about the wide receiver position is you can't get started without somebody getting the ball to you.
Correct.
So there's things that you have to be able to be good at to receive the ball.
Correct.
To get where you need to be, to get the ball in the right spot, to be in the right spot to receive the ball. And that's a lot of, we see the glitz and glamour of the position, but, I think it's only a handful of guys, and these guys, and I would include yourself in that book, that break this thing down to a science when it comes to playing the receiver position. And that's something we're going to get into today. But the coaching part of it, I think you're either born with it or you're not. You know what I'm saying? I think you have to have a gift for it.
Man, I feel like it's a ministry.
A ministry, exactly.
The football field is my sanctuary.
Say less. Yep.
I call myself a football missionary, and the reason I say that because I've dealt with all type of athletes. From here in the United States to Germany to England to Mexico to Denmark. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with all type of athletes, and so everybody can't get coached the same. Everybody don't learn the same. You start everybody from ground zero because I always tell every athlete I come across, I will never fault you for what you don't know. Because we live in a world where, hey, it's a microwave generation. You got to be ready. You got to be pre-cooked.
Absolutely.
I just need to warm you up. You got to be pre-cooked. I just need to warm you up. Where I was born in a generation where, hey, it's a crock pot. We're going to take our time. We're going to learn from the bottom up. And once you're done, hey, we all going to eat. So it's just taking that old school mentality, but then still sprinkling some new school in it. Because I'll be honest, I don't agree with everything that was done back when I was, coming up in the football world. And nothing from the coaches, but again, you can't fault them for what they didn't know. So it is what it is.
Well, I think the aspects of coaching, has changed. I think there's more opportunity for coaches to get educated and specialize in what they do, besides what they bring to the table naturally. But I think the great ones just have that knack of getting things across in a certain way. And they're a leader of men, but they also know how to deal with a group of people. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, 10, 20 years ago or even 50 years ago, you just didn't have everything that you have. And then society has changed. The kids are different now. You know what I'm saying? The athlete is different now. And what they're exposed to at an early age is different now.
Let me pause you right there.
Absolutely.
Everybody always saying, "Oh, it's different, it's different, it's different." The game is still the same. Everybody's trying to create all these different nuances on how to play the game. When the game been around for a minute. Before you was born, before I was born, the game been the same. Yeah, guys are getting faster, stronger, but let's break it down. How many of these guys, these young athletes, truly watch the game? I'm not talking about highlights. Hey man, I get tired of asking a kid, hey man, what's your favorite receiver? Who your favorite receiver? A kid was in my DM yesterday. Hey coach, man, I love everything about your offense. Okay, bet. Tell me about my offense. Don't just send me some generic message you sending to every other coach, thinking that's gonna get me on the hype train. No, tell me about my offense. Tell me about your favorite receiver. Why do you like him? What is his work ethic like?
And how does his game match yours or similar to it?
Because a lot of guys like what's being pushed. It's just like a lot of trainers. They only want to train what's being pushed. So are you really training, or are you managing? You don't really coach talent. You don't train talent. You manage it. So are you really coaching or training, or are you managing?
Well, you manage it and you nurture it. You know what I'm saying? Just like
You really nurturing?
Right. But it's just like you plant a seed and you expect it to grow, but you have to water it, you have to fertilize it, you have to bring it to life. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, but a lot of people can look at a plant and say that plant look good until you tell me that plant fake.
Right. For sure.
So are you really nurturing, or are you really training, or are you really coaching?
Right.
Or does it look good so it make you look good?
Right.
We in the age where everybody like plants now. They want to have plants in their houses and all that stuff like that. But most of them plants fake.
Right.
You have one or two that's real.
Right.
From the ground up.
Right. But I think when you see a fake plant, is they want to put the work in to get there, to make it nurturing. You know what I'm saying? Fakeness, it's just like people putting in fake grass now. I was at Home Depot last night, and when you walk into Home Depot, they got something where you can plant turf in your yard now.
Yeah.
Instead of getting out, cutting the grass, fertilizing, watering it like you normally do.
Yeah.
Nurturing it.
Yeah.
Now you can just put some fake stuff in there and go on and don't have to do nothing.
Right. Microwave.
Right. Exactly.
But the real ball players, the real gamers, they love that grass.
Absolutely.
Most of the pros, not even most, all the pros I train with want to train on grass.
Absolutely.
These new age kids want to train on turf.
Well, that's what they were raised on. They used to that. You know what I'm saying? But me, like this time of year, the grass starts to smell a different way. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know it's football season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The weather changes, but the grass smells a certain way.
Yeah.
You don't get that smell on turf.
Yeah.
That's what makes it different. I don't know if people understand that, but a certain time of year when it's football season, how I know it's football season, the grass, when you walk on the football field, you smell it. You see the coaches lining the field like they normally do.
Yeah.
That's how you know ball time is coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then this the time of the year where the grass not itchy.
Yeah, exactly.
Summer,
sticker bugs.
Man,
they don't know about that.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know about that.
Yeah, don't know
people
about
man,
that.
why you train with your socks off?
Yeah.
I'm becoming one with the earth.
Exactly. I've only seen certain people do that. Shout out to my guy up in that trains up in Denver, Cobbs. He does the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when you see him walk on, he's training with his shoes off because he wants to connect with the ground, connected. It's connectivity like that. I've only seen certain people do that, and I pick up on that just from observation. That's a big thing. I have seen you do. You did that Friday too. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Man, I've coached games with my socks and shoes off and 7 on, man. But I've grown since then.
Yeah.
I've grown since then.
Well, I mean, I think, it just shows how you try to get in deep with it, and things are not, on the surface with you as far as when it comes to coaching and training. You know what I'm saying? And I think you take that, as an extra step that's why these guys are gravitating towards you. That's why they come to you, and they want to see that.
Yeah.
And they need that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's all kind of things outside the game that can affect your game on the field. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to somebody, Friday when we were at TCU. There's a reason they put blinders on greyhounds and horses and stuff when they run in their race. They want you to see the finish line. They don't want you to see over here what your competitive your partner is doing over here. They don't want you to see, and when this goes back to recruiting, this is the blinders you should have on when you're looking at recruiting. Don't look at other people's race.
Yeah.
You run your own race. This is where you going to the finish line, because you can only take that one offer, that one scholarship. Don't worry about if you got 40, 50 offers over here. If your homeboy got that, the guy you play next to got 20 offers and you got 2. Run your race.
And so I 1,000% agree with that.
Yeah.
You'll have kids on campus that, hey, man, coach, why am I not getting a lot of reps? And I have that mentality of, man, he can get 100 reps, you can get 10 reps. If you go 8 out of 10 and he go 25 out of 100, who had the better day?
Right.
You worry about your grass. You water your grass.
Absolutely.
And in this recruitment game, you got to be selfish with recruiting. You got to worry about yourself.
Right.
My mama always told me ain't no bunk bed caskets.
Say less. You by yourself.
Ain't no bunk bed caskets.
Right. They can't go with you.
You by yourself, dog.
Yeah, I like
your
that.
Your mama can't go with you. Your daddy can't go with you.
Yeah.
Your coach can't go with you. Your trainer can't go with you. There's a lot of guys that want to train with certain guys because it make them feel like they better.
Right.
You got it or you don't. Yeah, it's a mental thing, but, man, some kids only perform well when I'm around.
Right.
They go to camp, excuse my French, but they shit the bed.
Right.
Why? Because Coach Patton out there encouraging you, getting on you. Either you got it or you don't. I'm going to give you the tools, but it's up to you to use it in the correct manner.
When you say that with you not being president, does that mean that they're not mentally strong enough to carry it on? Because the mental has to take the physical. Right.
Yeah. But then sometimes you run across those athletes that they only perform well when you're around and when their parents are around.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what they tell you.
Right.
Their parents wanted more than them.
Right. Well, I mean.
And that's a sad – I come across that way more nowadays than I've ever seen.
Definitely.
Parents wanted more than them. Like,
Definitely.
You on Twitter, I'm in the DMs and we talking, and I'm like, man, you using words I don't even really
You
use.
already know.
I know that ain't you.
That ain't you. Yeah.
There's only one kid that I know for sure. When he tweet and he use them words, them big words, that's Kamar and Pimpton.
Right.
That's him.
Shout out to KP.
Shout out to KP, man. TCU, man.
Yeah. So happy
and that's a dog, man. He gonna have a breakout year this year.
Have a breakout year.
Breakout.
Yeah, I've been locked on him since he was at Brewer, young kid. And, you know, shout out to KP. It's always love when I see him.
Always.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And to see his maturation and him have the opportunity to get where he is, you know, says a lot about what he puts into it.
And people don't even know the half on that one.
I know.
I'm gonna be real with that
Absolutely.
one. People don't even know the half with that one, man. If he walked around with a cameraman, people would be shocked at how hard he worked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just see the 6'6" stature, you're like, man, that's a man amongst boys.
Right.
But they don't realize the work he put in.
Yeah. No, he put in the work since legit. You know what I'm saying? And for him, where he is now, it's because of the work. I saw it firsthand. You know, when I first met him. You know, his journey to LSU and back, and now it's about the bubble. You know,
man, he in the hometown too.
Yeah, he gonna act up.
He got the 1,000 rep mentality.
Yeah,
like 1,000 reps, 1,000 reps, 1,000. Like he gonna get it, dog.
Right,
like, I can't wait to see it,
man.
Yeah,
me too.
And I'm not gonna be in state to see it, but I'll be there watching online. I'll be watching.
Hey, Les, well, we're gonna talk about that as well. And then, you know, the thing about you is, you know, your boots on the ground. You know, it wasn't. You know, this past season and in the seasons, you know, prior, it's not uncommon for me to see you on the sideline. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So I think that, you know, that's what makes you different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not that coaches don't get out and see or try to, you know, get out and experience this, but, you know, we saw, you know, we were at the, let's just take this one game. We were at the DeSoto North Crowley game.
Mm-hmm. Quinn Gibson. Yes,
Quinn Gibson. You know where I'm going with this.
Come on now.
And listen. We stood next to each other and watched this entire game, and that was like kind of
from the kickoff.
Yeah, you know, and he didn't know him at the time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I was telling him about it, and everything we saw just happened to where he is now at the University of Colorado and stuff. But that was probably the breakout game nationally, I would say, to where the Quinn Gibson train it took off and it never stopped all the way through.
And you know what's crazy?
Go ahead.
It was some coaches telling me, nah, man, that kid might be D3, he's small. I'm like, hey, man, listen. Size matter.
Right.
But, man.
You can't coach.
Man.
You can't coach
a dog.
You can't coach a dog. You can't coach speed. And you can't coach just the natural ability with the football in the hand.
He's
open
electric.
Field. Electric.
Like, you blink.
Gone.
Think about it. We were talking. I remember the game.
Yeah.
Onside kick.
Yeah.
North Crowley recovers. First play. Chris threw him a fade. He caught it one hand. I said, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I said, hold on, Marc. Let me walk down here real quick, man. I'm like, dude, I look up, man, this kid had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, he ain't even sweating.
Right.
He ain't even sweating. It's easy work, man.
Yeah.
I threw him the offer.
I know you did.
And I told him, I said, listen, bro, I know this offer may not mean nothing, but if anything go wrong in the recruiting world, you know, your size or whatever the case may be, grades, I hope you fail a class or two because I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, you know what I'm saying? On this JUCO level, I'm going to get you. And I'm like, dude, if anything go wrong, you got a home, bro. And he was like, nah, I appreciate you, coach. But I'm like, you finna blow up, dog.
I told him that night.
And woke up the next day, man, that kid had like,
offers.
15, 16 offers the next day. I said, God, dog.
Yeah.
But it
was
happen.
coaches at the game.
Yeah. It was Sony Dykes was there. Yeah. The UNT staff was there.
Right.
Abilene Christian was there. Missouri was there. SMU had just flew in on the chopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it was
they was there to see somebody else.
Man,
yeah.
They was here for other people.
Yeah.
And that's easily how it can go.
Yeah.
I'm here for him, but wait a minute, who is that?
Well, that's also not focusing on trying to make somebody see you, but be seen at the same time.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of your opportunity, a big game like that,
Yeah.
a national game, you playing, the defending state champions, you got to throw your sword in there and get busy.
And the crazy part about it is, man, touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, the kid was just humble.
Right.
Poised. Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm him.
Right.
Y'all just seeing that I'm
Right.
him.
Yeah.
Like, when I woke up this morning, I looked in the mirror, I seen him.
Yeah.
Now you see it. And
Yeah.
that was just how he carried. I'm like,
Right.
man, this boy got some swagger to him. Like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
small, but like, he it.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, bro, you got it, dog. And I called you that.
I know.
Man,
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
say, man, you wasn't lying.
No.
And I trust what you tell
Yeah,
me, like,
yeah.
man. But you know me, I got to see it for myself.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not a guy that just, hey. Some kids that's out of state, yeah, you look at the film, okay, boom, you talk to other coaches because
Right.
I'm going to talk to coaches in your district.
Right.
I'm going to talk to people who train you, your partners, auntie. I'm going to go talk to some people before
Right.
we're like, hey, man, we're going to offer this kid.
Right.
But seeing how he carried himself, seeing him in person,
Right.
seeing the way he blocked, that's an unselfish kid right there.
Right.
Granted, we up 20.
Yeah.
I already got 4 touchdowns.
Right.
I can be asking for the ball again. I'm not. I'm going to let my partner eat.
Yeah.
He let little Malachi get the ball. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? He let
yeah.
everybody else work
Right,
and go crazy. And I'm
right.
just like, man, that's a different type of kid. Now,
Yeah.
granted, he probably a whole nother way at practice.
Right.
But when them lights turn on, yeah.
Well, the funny thing about it, he was doing that at practice. It was just some other guys in front of him at the time.
He just and that's the thing. He
was the
his
Wildcat
turn.
quarterback and all this other stuff the
Yeah.
year before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, shout out to my guys at Wall Street. He was killing them then.
He was killing with Wall Street.
Yes.
Shout out Wise Columbia.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Wise, man.
Yeah.
He was with Wise.
Yes.
Coach Mitch, Coach
Yes.
Worm, Coach Dino,
Yeah.
Coach John. Like, he was with them guys.
with 'em.
I'm like, man, Coach Antoine. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, and
Yeah.
the crazy part about it is I seen him, but I didn't see him.
Right.
Because he was in the shadows.
Right.
I knew he was the Wildcat quarterback, but
Right.
I'm like, man, I'm looking for the quarterback, but
Right.
man, hold on, he got moved to receiver?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
okay, let me see something.
Right.
And you got to have the ball in his
Yeah.
hands. Like, man, the kid had over 2,000 receiving yards.
Well, and then, the staff found ways to get, him in the game. Shout out to Coach Eli Reinhardt and Coach Gates and all of the
GOAT.
staff.
The GOAT.
The staff.
I'm giving them the GOAT
No,
title
that's one of my
now.
favorite coaching staff now.
I'm
I
giving
can't,
them the
I'll
GOAT
take who
title
I want.
now. Yes.
It's I got about 3 or 4 coaching staff, and that includes Sock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I'll
Coach
take
Eli,
the
he's
one.
at
He at
Huddle
Huddle
right?
now.
Man,
I'm pulling up.
Listen,
Coach
bro.
Eli, I'm pulling up. I'm
he
pulling
about
up.
to turn it up.
You about to turn it up. He got some players there.
North Crowley's still gonna be North Crowley.
They're gonna be
They
But
finna,
Huddle,
they finna run it for a
you
little
heard
minute.
it here on the Mark Show. Huddle is gonna be a team this year to see.
Listen.
They gonna be like
okay.
that. They got some guys down there.
Come on now.
They got some guys.
And all he
down there.
did was go down there and wake them up.
Yeah.
Just, hey, man.
Yeah.
Put this right here, put this right here.
And
he
we
just
gonna eat.
assembled a team. He just put it
Like the
together.
Avengers.
Yeah. That's all it was, man. The
Yeah.
athletes are there. You just,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't take no credit for coaching a kid.
Right.
That always been in you.
Mm-hmm.
I was just the vessel God used to show you that it's in you.
Right.
Now, once my job is done, you probably won't hear from me no more.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it may sound bad, bro, but a lot of parents, Coach Pat, where you been? I miss you. I'm on to my next assignment. I'm
Right.
on to my next kid. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, I know we probably jumping all over the place. But
No,
it's
no,
really
we
just
good. This
leading
is
to
what it
what it
is.
need to lead
Yeah.
to, real and raw. But that's just how I am, man.
Right.
I don't really hold those long relationships with parents. Like, I still got their numbers. They know they can call me anytime. But
Absolutely.
I always tell a parent, hey, man, when I was in the free world, the street agent,
Yeah.
hey, man, once he get his first offer, I'm gone.
Right.
No, coach, you can't do that. No, listen, because I know how it works. And once the first offer come,
Then the
they
next
just
one's come.
they just
Yeah.
keep rolling in.
Yeah.
I've done my job. I can't be selfish.
Right.
I got another assignment I got to get to, man. I got another kid I got to work with. I got another family I got to go pour into, and that's just how it is.
Right.
So,
Man, I mean, and I think that's, the way it should be. They'll come and find you if they need you. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
They know that line
They know
always
that
open.
it's always
man, I
open.
got 3 phones right here. They
Yeah.
know one of these lines always open,
Right.
but I can't be selfish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't be selfish.
Right.
You know what I bring. You know what I brought.
Right.
But then also, you may outgrow me.
Right.
And I'm okay with that.
Absolutely.
I'm not a coach that, man, you got to train with me. You got to work with me, man. You can't be going to work with nobody else.
Right.
I always let them, hey, man, you know where home at.
Yeah.
you know, to work it. If you ever need me, if I'm ever in town or you in town, let's get it.
Right.
If not, man, it is what it is.
Right.
Send your film, I evaluate it. You know, I'm gonna show you love wherever you at. I'm gonna show you love.
For sure.
You can be on Mars. I'm gonna still show you that same love as if we was in DeSoto working, or a Duncanville working. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not that coach that, hey man, you gotta train with me or nobody else. Like, you not mine. You don't belong to me.
Yeah.
I was just there for a season. And, you know, we planted that seed and we're gonna watch it grow. And we're gonna do what it do.
Absolutely.
I trust my farming skills, brother. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I trust
no doubt.
it.
Well, I mean, you got a track record, you got a resume. That's all it speak, for itself. You don't have to publicize it. The proof is in the work. It's in the pudding. You know.
And I get told I don't publicize enough.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. That's just not me, man. Like,
Yeah.
right now, I'm nervous being on this camera. And you know me. I'm not an on-camera person, but
I know.
when we real and raw, we real and raw.
Real
So
and raw.
it is what it is. It's coming from the heart. If you don't like it, it ain't for you.
Well, I think you have a fondness for the underdog. To get it out of the mud. You can kind of see that in a player. And that's what makes you great at what you do.
Yeah.
But your affinity for the JUCO player or the kids that kind of get, not found, or there's late bloomers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people need that extra 2 years coming out of high school where they didn't get the opportunity to get that exposure that they needed. Let's dive into the JUCO thing, because I think the JUCO the JUCO way is changing a little bit now with things that they're allowed to do now, with the rules a little bit changing just a bit. But, you were at Navarro. Now you're headed to Butler
yes,
up in Kansas, which is a top program in the country. In one of those.
Listen, they ranked us 18th.
I saw you said bet.
Bet. Nah, man, bet.
I saw that.
You know what I'm saying?
I saw that.
We started off 13th in the country at Navarro, and we ended up 5th.
Right.
Bet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just that 1,000 rep mentality.
Yeah.
That's a bet. I got you.
I saw you reply to that, and I knew what you meant. But talk about JUCO, 'cause it's different. I think that kids, see it as a way to get to school, but it's not sweet. You know what I'm saying? It's not all cupcakes and candy. You have to go in there and work. The thing that makes JUCO different from NCAA and even NAIA and D2 and D3 is the amount of time you have to work on your craft.
Right.
There's unlimited time. There's no excuses for you not to really dive in. And a lot of these places are not in heavily populated areas. You can go to Cisco and Ranger down 20. That's all you see.
The game field next to a grave site.
That's all you see.
We next to Claude and Ray right now.
It's one way in and one way out.
One way in, one way out.
You don't have all of these distractions. And I think, for some, that's the perfect storm. For some, coming from from where we from, that's a totally different change.
Man, that's a culture shock.
It's a culture shock. We're not used to that.
Man, I've seen guys fold. I'm not even going to say it's the NCAA levels. They have distractions. I'll call them gimmicks.
Yeah, I would say bells and whistles.
Yeah, you just got more opportunities
right.
to hold yourself accountable.
Right.
You have more opportunities to show integrity.
Right.
You have everything that you dream of there, but shit, you got to wake up and work.
Right.
You can't keep dreaming.
Right.
And that's the problem. A lot of guys get up there. I've seen it even being around Coach Sanders. They get around him and they say, "Oh my God, it's Dion. The light's shining bright. Oh man, it's Dion," and they forget to work.
Right.
He gonna remind you every day to work, but you so in la la land, you dreaming like, "Oh my gosh, I'm living the dream."
Right.
That you forgot to work.
For sure.
And that's the problem.
Right.
And, with JUCO, and like you said, just working with the underdogs, man. JUCO, I feel like every athlete on the JUCO level, it's like, shout out to John Mosley, Popular Nobody.
Yeah.
It's like having a haircut. They all got the haircut, but some guys need that extra lineup.
Yeah.
Just to make, okay, bet, you ready to go.
Right.
Some guys need that extra touch-up on that fade. Okay, bet. Okay, man, you got a ball fade. Let's let you grow out a little more. Let's let you mature a little bit more. Then we're going to give you a drop fade.
Right.
That's just how it is, man. But JUCO ain't for everybody.
No, it's not. I think JUCO is a place where if you don't do what you need to do, you can get lost and be there.
You get lost in sauce quick. Some guys go there
drown
a year and get out. Shout out Chris Lewis, North Texas.
Yeah.
Some guys go there 2 years, get out. Shout out Braylon Finney, Houston Christian.
Yeah.
Some guys go there 3 years.
Yeah.
And don't ever get out.
Right.
Some guys don't even make it past fall camp. Some are 1, some are 2.
Right.
They done.
Right.
I done seen guys get cut the first day because how they carried themselves.
Right.
How they parents.
Yes.
How they parents got down.
Right.
With the financial aid department.
Right.
Oh, no, you're going to be a problem. You got to go.
Right.
Because I have a short window, and I don't need you distracting.
Right.
I don't need you doing that.
Right.
Yeah, we in the barbershop, we talking, but I know I got a short window. I got a time that I got to cut your hair and get you out of here.
Absolutely.
If not, my next client going to leave.
Yeah.
My next player going to leave. And
Right.
if I don't get to touch him before he leave, may not come back.
Right. Right.
You do with that how you want to do with that.
Right. Well, I mean, it happens everywhere, but I think, with the limited, a lot of the times, the limited resources. But some of these JUCOs, TJC, when I'm saying TJC, Tyler.
Yeah,
Trinity
shout
Valley.
out Tyler, shout out Trinity Valley.
Well, I mean, they've been doing it consistently, and you can see it when you walk on campus there.
Yeah, they've been doing it, they've been doing it a good while.
Decades.
Good while until they met Coach Pat.
No doubt.
Believe that. They've been doing it a good while.
Navarro had something to say about that?
Man, had something to say about it. Because I think they
doubt.
projected us to finish like 4th in conference last year.
Right.
My mentality. Bet.
Yeah.
Bet.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they did it with a bunch of D2, D3 kids. Bet.
Yeah.
6 out of 8 receivers went Division I in that room.
Right.
Bet. No D1 bounce backs. Bet.
Right.
Straight out of high school. Bet.
Right.
Man, it is what it is. The proof is in the pudding.
Right.
But a lot of guys want to go JUCO now, and it's scary because of that. What's the kid named Diego out of Vanderbilt?
Oh yeah.
Everybody think that rule apply to him.
Right.
Oh man, I can go JUCO, man. I get 4 free years, or 2 free years. It don't count against my eligibility.
Right.
Listen, bro, I'm not trying to keep you here for 2 years. Mm-hmm. If I can get you out in 6 months, I'm gonna pour into you hard enough to where in 6 months you're gonna be ready to go.
Right.
You're gonna be ready to play on the next level. I'm not just sending you to the next level just to be a body. You're gonna play.
You're gonna play.
You're gonna come in. You're gonna grab attention quickly.
Right.
So,
right.
I try to stay away from those kids that, oh man, I heard it don't count against eligibility. Listen, this is not the place for you. When guys DM me like, hey man, what's your receiver room looking like? This is not the place for you.
Well, if you gotta ask.
Yeah.
It's most likely, if somebody asks me that, I know they're not coming in with the right mentality.
Right, because if I say, man, we got some dogs in this room, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Or if I say, hey man, I need you. You want me to beg? I ain't begging nobody.
Right.
I'm not begging nobody. Because the DM's full on every social account.
Right.
Everybody looking for an opportunity.
Absolutely.
So I'm not here to beg you. And that's the thing about the JUCO level, man. I love it. I plan on elevating. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna just, oh man, I'm JUCO through and through.
Right.
I plan on elevating. But that's what I love about the JUCO level, because some kids know, man, I need this.
Right.
I told a kid this past spring, I'm like, hey man, it's time to start playing for you.
Yeah.
When you were at Mississippi State, you was playing for everybody. You was a 4-star receiver. You was playing for everybody else but you. And you found yourself still dreaming.
Right.
Now it's time to wake your ass up and work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and we've been seeing a whole turnaround in this kid, so a whole 180. So
right.
I'm expecting big things out of him this fall.
Right.
So yes, sir.
Well, I mean, I think you have to be strong-willed and prepared. And, I think, and you see this as well, just being boots on the ground. Not everybody's prepared when they leave high school to go to college, period. It doesn't matter if it's JUCO, NAIA, D2, or, Power 4, Group of 5. The ones that are prepared usually are the ones that are more successful. And when I say prepared, we're talking mentally, not just physically, but mentally. You know what I mean? To go and step on a campus and perform and be at a high level. Like the days of the red shirt and all that kind of stuff, and you got a gray shirt, you got time, I can go here, get acclimated to camp. No, you got to be ready to step on the field early. You know what I mean?
Right.
The JUCO level is 3 times as difficult to succeed. You know what I'm saying? Because you got guys that are very, very hungry. You know what I mean? And you have to come in with that mentality that you're going to grab something. And the reason I respect JUCO that much more is you have to fight literally. As soon as you get on campus, the first day. Every day.
And the calf ain't even open.
Right.
The calf ain't even open.
You better have a hot plate,
man,
some noodles, all that.
Come on, brother. You got to be ready to go. And I've
Yeah.
seen P4 guys fail on the JUCO level. I'm talking about come in and fold.
Right.
I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah.
Coach, man, Man, I ain't ate nothing. How you ain't ate? You didn't save your NIL money?
Yeah.
Oh, you were still dreaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I done seen them fold, man. I
Yeah.
done seen guys come from D3 turn up.
Yeah.
I done seen guys come straight out of high school turn up.
Yeah.
It's a
mentality.
It's a mentality, man. And I try to remind the young guys, like, listen, bro, you going against grown men.
Right.
You going against guys who done been on the P4 level, that been with Kirby Smart, and got coached by some of the best in the game. They not finna play with you, bro. Like, all that little cute shit from high school. And honestly, I've been on the high school level. I've coached on the high school level. And everybody try to blame the athlete, and it's not the athlete fault. It's partially the athlete fault. But, like, 80% of that's adults.
Yeah. Facts.
Adults are so afraid nowadays. They want to be friends. They want to be your friend. I'm not your friend. They want to be your friend. And I'm scared he's going to transfer. Okay, next.
Right.
I believe in my coaching ability. Next. Right. I'm not here to beg you to stay. I understand you good. But it's something about them kids that's been watching from around the way. They always seem to be better. Them late bloomers.
The late bloomers. Yep.
Was it a little tap over there, Red Oak?
Yeah.
Went to Michigan State.
Right.
Late bloomer. Late bloomer.
Right.
Like, come on now. So it's just,
Right.
I feel like high school coaches are afraid. And I'm not saying you got to be an asshole 25-8, but sometimes you got to let a kid know, man, you are a kid.
Right.
You don't know. You don't understand how to navigate in this world. And it's my job to teach you.
Right.
So let me teach you.
Well, it's bigger than football then.
It's
way
been,
bigger than
it's
football.
been bigger than football.
Right.
That's why you see a lot of guys fold when they, I'm going to get acclimated. Oh, the campus is big. And, I got to get in touch with my classes. And, man, you got less classes in college than you do in high school.
Right.
You got 8 periods of high school.
Well, you're just managing your time as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's being coddled. Nothing wrong with holding the hand, but I'm not finna hold your hand and coddle you. No,
Yeah.
sir. I'll
Yeah.
guide you through this.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
the problem is everybody's become soft
Yeah.
because they're afraid they're going to transfer, or he ain't going to like me, or he ain't going to pay me no more.
Right. Right. It
That's
is what it
is.
is. Yeah.
Man, when you
Yeah.
start talking like that, man, it's about that money, man.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
How much can I milk, man? How much can I do this? How much can I do that? Man,
Right.
listen, brother. Young kids hit me, coach, man, what I got to do, parents? Man, go have fun.
Right.
When it's your time, it's your time.
It's going to come.
It's going to come.
Yeah.
But everybody want it now.
Yeah.
But then when you give it to them now, they ain't ready for
They
it.
ain't ready for it.
It's, hey, man, I just told you this plate is hot at the
Yeah.
bottom. Why are you grabbing it from the bottom?
Right. Yeah. Well, I think that's part of society, period. You know, microwave. They want to see things and have instant gratification, and it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're talking with my guy, Coach Pat, today. We must give a couple shout-outs today to a couple people watching. Shout out to my guy, J-Mac from the Dub, watching, tuning in. Pat Boteezy from the Dub, they'll be on tonight, I'm sure. My guy, Donovan Bean, Matthew Bryce, my guy, Carlos Cruz out there in West Texas, Jesse Phillips, Steve Silas, my guy. Man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all sharing this because, hey, Jim's being dropped. It's going to be up on YouTube here in a little short bit, just a bit. My guy, Coach Pat, talking to him today. But the receiver position.
This
is one of those things, you know, that I know that you kind of take a real fine-tuning, like clay, you know, molding the receiver position. The receiver position has changed so much, I would say, in the last 5 years, it's totally different from when it was decades ago. Talk about some of the things, you know, and I know you get this question all the time. Well, Coach, what can I do to be a better receiver? What makes a better receiver? What am I doing this and doing that? Talk about that position and break it down for me.
Well, I feel like the receiver position has changed drastically in the last 5 years, like you said, because defenses are getting better.
Absolutely. And you got less time to complete the ball.
Man, come on now. You got ends dropping back in coverage. Like, what?
Yep.
Wait a minute. When we played Tyler,
Yeah.
man, ends dropping in coverage.
Yeah.
Now, I had a counter for it, but
Right.
like, man, wait a minute.
Right.
He 260, 270, athletic.
Coming. Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
So, the receiver position, man, what makes you become a better receiver, man, is the basics. It's not all the fancy little gimmicks. That's cute. But I always ask these young receivers, what you see on the internet, all those drills, and like, okay, everybody claim their drills translate. That's cool.
Right.
I'm not dissing no trainer out here.
Right.
It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. But I always ask those receivers, if you can show me that move, that drill being used more than 5 times in a football game, I'll give it to you.
Right.
I'll teach it to you.
Right.
But most of that stuff is, I hate to say it, is just not being used.
Right.
Because most of the game is being played
Right there in the trenches.
in the middle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We rarely in the end zone, red zone, the green zone, where you can use you got to buy time and all. That's cool. All the cute stuff, that's cool. But, man, these guys are getting better, dog.
Right.
You want that ball, you got to get open.
You got to get
I
open.
tell a lot of receivers, man, you're like the corner store that got the open sign on, but I go pull on the door and it's closed.
Right.
Yeah, you open, but you ain't open for real.
Yeah, it's just like in the hood, you know what I mean? You go pull up at midnight and you pull on the door, but they got the cash register over here. You got to get your stuff through the thing.
You got to get it. You're not open.
You ain't eating.
So now the quarterback got to squeeze that ball in there because of you. You making the throw difficult because of him.
Right.
And we live in a generation where everybody want a pretty ball.
Yeah.
It's his fault. It's his fault. I'm telling you, anybody that done played under Coach Pat, got trained by Coach Pat, it's always the receiver's fault.
Yeah.
We always wrong.
Right.
Why? I'm not trying to make old boy mad because I need that ball. hey, you good, bro? My bad. That's me. That's me. Sure. It's clearly his fault. My bad. That's me.
Right.
I could have got out my break a little bit better.
Right.
Having that 1,000-rep mentality. That's my fault. I should have caught that. That's me.
Yeah.
It was a bad ball.
Yeah.
You will never know that.
Right.
But I need you to throw that again.
No doubt.
I need it one more time.
Right.
We're gonna fix it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is, man. Everybody want to recreate the game when the game is the game.
Right.
Now it's ways to get better at the game. But a lot of kids don't even understand coverages.
No doubt. And that's it doesn't make sense.
They lack coverage recognition. It don't.
It's not just about the route run. You got to understand the difference between cover 2, press man, cover 3, cloud coverage.
Come on now.
All these things.
You have to understand
that.
Because then I teach it like this.
Yeah.
Learn your play.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how I teach receivers to learn what to do. Learn what you have to do in the play. Learn your side of the play. Mm-hmm. Learn the other side of the play. So learn the whole play, all 4 spots.
Right.
If you're in 10 personnel.
Right.
And then learn the pass pro.
Right.
Once you learn the pass pro, you know how to release. You know how it's being blocked. You know everything. You know timing.
Right.
But a lot of guys don't know that because, you don't even realize you're the decoy on this play.
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
This ain't for you.
Right. You trying to clear it out.
There's only one guy on the team that's in a one-on-one situation most of the game.
Right.
And that's the guy.
Right.
Majority of these guys ain't the guy.
Right.
And they listen, bro, you become the guy by getting better at the small things.
For sure.
I had a kid yesterday I was training. He told me, Coach, man, they weren't giving me no reps, man. They kept giving me one rep, and they'll take me out. I'll do something. I said, you know why they was giving you 1 rep? They was giving you what you can digest. Giving you what you can digest.
Right.
So as you digest more, I'll give you more.
Right.
But you notice they start taking from you. Why? Consistency.
Right.
You wasn't consistent.
Right.
But Coach, you're not a natural catcher, brother.
Right.
Yeah, you got big play ability.
Right.
But we ain't gonna see the ability if you don't catch the ball. A lot of kids can't catch these days.
No doubt.
Letting the ball cross their face. Why?
Right.
So I can show the pretty jump, and you make that catch harder than what it need to be. You making your brain think too much.
Right. It's simple.
It's simple. This football is so simple. And I tell guys, I'm like, bro, yeah. You're like, well, Coach, I got a 3.5, but in football you have a 1.8 because you make the game harder than what it needs to be. I always tell them they pay me to think, they pay you to play. Play.
Right.
Play.
Be free.
Be free. They make it harder than what it need to be because they want to use all these tools. And I'm like, dude, we didn't need that Phillip head right now.
Yeah.
Why you use that? Why you do that? You don't know.
Right.
Why? Because you're watching highlights.
Yeah.
Well, I seen such and such do it. Okay, now go back and watch the whole game and watch the whole play.
Right.
And you'll see why he did that.
Absolutely.
You hear guys on Instagram, oh man, that's a 4-second route. Okay, man, we 6-man protection. We can block it.
Right.
We max protect. We can block it.
No doubt.
But you just Twitter fingers. Yeah. Everybody got something to say, but it's like, man, you got something to say without having something to say. You ain't got no substance behind what you're saying.
No doubt. I mean,
and all these young guys, they horrible at change of direction.
No doubt.
You 150 pounds and you getting out your break in 4 to 5 steps. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
We got KP 6'6", 250 getting out in 3.
Yeah.
Now you can't get out in 3 at 150.
No doubt.
You practicing all these releases with a route, and listen, brother, certain releases go with certain routes.
No doubt.
Certain, it fits with the scheme.
Right.
You doing whatever you want. Now you done brought eyes onto your partner. Now he covered, you covered. Now y'all put in the box.
Right.
Because they always trying to create the triangle or whatever.
Right.
You know how defenses do.
I know. Yeah.
But you got to understand, man, do your job.
Do your job.
And a lot of guys want to do other people's job. And I'm like, man, you're not even managing your job well.
Right.
And so that's the problem, man. We getting away from the basics, man.
No doubt.
That's what it is. We don't know how to sink our hips, drop our weight, and get out our break. It's taking us too long. We want to be pretty. We want to do all this extra stuff. And it's like, man, the game ain't played like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Seven Cloud, University of Georgia commit at Butler Community College. When you got 4 Seven Clouds in the trenches going after your quarterback, you'll realize, man, you ain't got time for all that.
You don't have time.
And, well, Coach, I'm fast.
It's not about being fast, though.
Ain't about being fast.
That's only a small part of it, too.
It's a pinch.
Yeah.
I tell guys, bro, you don't have to be fast, but you do know how. You do have to know how to accelerate.
Yeah.
You do. You got to get on his toes quickly.
Yeah.
You can be a 4'5", 4'6" guy, but if you know how to manipulate things,
absolutely. Look at Jerry Rice.
Come on now, you gonna survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how to get in that blind spot, you gonna survive. But a lot of kids don't know that.
Right.
Everybody want to do a split release and da-da-da. And it's like, man, sometimes that was just a quick speed release and just go. You didn't have to split.
Yeah.
Certain releases causes you to get covered. I tell a lot of kids, man, you don't even realize you were covered before the ball even snapped.
Right.
How, Coach? Pre-snap alignment.
Well, you know what? You brought up another thing Friday, real quick before we get out of here. There's a fear factor in there, and I thought that was a great point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That not a lot of people talk about because when they get to the line of scrimmage, that person across from them, there's a fear factor there that it might not, and they might not even on the surface they're not thinking about that, but they thinking about that before they get ready to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And when you made that point, and me from observing things, it was clear. You know what I'm saying?
Clear.
You could see it.
You were scared.
You were scared.
You were scared, and you may not like you said, you may not verbally say it, but your body posture showed
body posture said
you had a what if moment.
I know I'm not about to get open. Yeah. Facts.
You were covered before the ball snapped.
Before you got out. Yeah.
And that's a real thing, but people don't want to admit it. And oh no, you know how they oh man, this N-word, this man. Listen, bro, you got strapped. Next play.
Right.
Or a lot of guys are only great route runners when it's soft coverage.
Right.
But when he walk up and put hands on you, what you gonna do?
Yeah. That changes.
That's a real thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when I'm watching tape, are you a dog or are you somebody that got to get schemed open?
Right.
Everybody not great play callers.
No doubt. Yeah.
I'm still working on my play calling.
Does the scheme even fit you?
I'm a dog.
Don't matter.
Okay, cool. You can be a dog.
Yeah.
You a pit.
Yeah.
We looking for a Great Dane right now. You just don't fit what we got going on. And there's nothing against you. And that goes back to recruiting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Having some representation. But then also, man, what you love about our offense.
Right. Tell me about it.
Tell me about it.
Because
I'm telling you right now, I wanted to reply to the kid and tell him right now, bro, watching your tape, based off what you replied in our scheme, you don't fit it.
Right.
I just liked the message and kept it going, but it's just like, dude, you're sending me generic stuff just hoping and fishing for an offer. That's why I tweeted this morning, are you begging or are you putting in the work for what you asking for?
Right.
There's a lot of kids begging for offers just to post an offer.
Yeah, for sure.
Coach, I'll go JUCO, and then now it's time to come JUCO, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm that coach, man. Once I give you an opportunity and you don't come with it, ain't no other opportunity.
Ain't no other opportunity, man. And listen, This is what you get when you look at the On Your Mark show. You tap in with it every week, man, right here on the Fishbowl Radio Network. We are almost out of time, Coach Pat. First of all, man, I appreciate you giving a small time of your day. But tell everybody where they can find you at on social media.
Catch it, Pat.
Say less.
CATCHITPAT on every platform. Twitter. I got to do better on TikTok.
Yeah, me too. That's one thing I had.
It's because we not dancing.
No.
It's because we ain't on there shaking our
I don't
hips.
have no use for it. I'm on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter too. Catch it, Pat. Instagram, Catch it, Pat. But it's
right.
If you trying to get recruited, don't hit me up with yo and man. Listen, come respectful because I'm gonna respect you.
Listen, the little tip, I have left plenty of people on red with yo coach or yo this. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? I don't roll like that. My kids don't even talk to me like that. So yeah. It's a respect thing. You know what I'm saying? And how you approach coaches is one of those things where we could write a book about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and a lot of coaches are still in that old school mentality. We
absolutely.
Still have a lot of older coaches.
Yeah.
You got to come with respect.
You got to come with
also,
respect.
man, you sliding in the DMs, man. Have some film. Don't give me this sob story, but well, I was hurt, and man, listen, brother, I can't present that to my staff that you was hurt.
Right.
What this gonna do? Get me fired?
Right.
Newsflash: we're in 2025. Nobody's offering off favors anymore.
No, because this job is on the line,
man.
Well, listen, man, that's all we got for you today here on the On Your Mark show. My guy Catching Pat in the building. You're gonna catch him on the field near you real soon. You going Friday night? We'll see. Hey, that's all we got for you today, man. Tap in, man. This episode will be up on YouTube shortly. The On Your Mark show, powered and sponsored by Epic Sports Apparel. We out. Catch me next week right here from the Fishbowl Radio Network.
Peace.
Hey, this Manna Mike. I'm not sure what you own, but this here is on the mark. Like a spiral from a 5-star recruit, we throwing darts, really focused. WD-40 couldn't stop the way we grinded. In the trenches, putting that work in, I relate to all my linemen. This is for the men, the boys do not belong here. Tiptoeing to the top, we doing cone drills. The hottest show in the world, you don't even gotta search. Steady putting in work, you see the sweat up on my shirt. They wasn't aware of us at first, we wasn't on their radar. Now every play that we make, they gon' say, oh, similar to a razor blade, we gon' stay sharp. The news ain't official if it's not on the mark.